Good morning, everyone. Kevin with Flux here, and thank you for joining me today in our training on the Word add-in and its best practices. This training is focused on providing helpful tips when using the Word add-in for letter generation inside of your Flux instance. If you should have any questions at any time during the webinar, please go ahead and type it in the question section at the bottom of your screen. We'll be dedicating the last few minutes for questions and answers, so we'll go ahead and save your questions for then. If we don't get to your question in time, we'll try to curate those and answer them offline in an extended Q&A. So in this Word add-in webinar, we'll be reviewing how to check for version numbers, going over field icons, how to enable design mode, using the Flux Glossary report, and checking and restoring version history. And at the end of the webinar, as I said earlier, there'll be a Q&A. So let's go ahead and get started. So as a reminder from our previous Word add-in webinar, the Word add-in allows your foundation to create, edit, and format letters using Microsoft Word. Without using any liquid code, we could assemble a template that pulls in fields from records and presents them in the standard .docx format. To begin, we should outline the system requirements for the Word add-in. Currently, only Windows computers could use the add-in. So computers running a Mac operating system cannot use the add-in to create or edit templates. But as for Windows computers, the Word add-in is compatible with operating systems Windows Vista, Windows 7, Windows 8, and Windows 10. And you'll need to have Microsoft Word. The Word versions that are currently supported are Word 2010, 2013, and 2016. Please note these requirements only pertains to creating and editing a Word template. Once the template has been built and uploaded to Flux, any employee can access the template itself to use and generate letters. Now, with the Word add-in, we're constantly looking to make improvements to make letter creation easier for you and your foundation. With the Word add-in feature, we will add additional enhancements and may need to make some corrections on the current versions. So for Word add-in users, we want to ensure that you have the most up-to-date version available. Any updates to the Word add-in, or if a new version is available, this information will be shared via our release notes along with the version number. Now, to find out what version of the Word add-in is available, in the Attributes tab of any card document, hover your mouse over the Flux add-in link, and from there, search on the far left, the bottom left side of your web page. This will display the current version available to download. We're going to go ahead and hover our mouse over that link. And as you can see here, you can see the version number. You'll notice that the text displays 26.fluxoffice.solution.exe. This means that the current version available is on version 26. Now you'll want to go ahead and cross-reference this current version with the current version that you have installed. Please also note that the version downloaded is specific for each computer. Just as a reminder, please ensure that all PCs that your foundations use have the current version downloaded. Now, when creating a letter from a model theme, your form may have many fields. To better assist you when building your letter, to help you locate the field that you're actually looking for, we have icons that will display the field types. Icons includes number, which as you can see there has the number symbol, date, which has a little calendar next to it, Boolean, text, select, table, ad hoc questions, and finally related data. Just to keep in mind that any available related data from other card models will be housed in the relationship folder. So for example, if you're creating a letter in the grant request model, available fields you may want to pull from the related report would be housed in this folder. Now we're going to move over to the design mode. The design mode in the Word add-in provides better ease when building your letter template. We highly recommend enabling design mode because the design mode has both, it will enable content control, which is field formatting, as well as displaying content control tags. Displaying the content control tags helps with viewing the selected fields and the conditional blocks. This mode will clearly identify fields, conditions, and lists amongst the normal text. So here's an example of a letter template without the design mode enabled. You can see everything there looks like it's in plain text. You can see Dear Grantee Owner Name. Looks like it's just plain text. And here's how the letter template would look with design mode enabled. As you can see, the content blocks is displayed when building your letter with design mode. You can clearly see that grantee owner name is a field, as well as amount requested, grant approved at, etc. This aspect will show where the fields are added. To enable the design mode, you're going to go ahead and click on the developer tab in the ribbon here, and then click design mode within that same ribbon. Now let's go ahead and switch gears, and we're going to talk about the Flux Glossary Report and using that as an aid. The Flux Glossary Report can better assist you in building your letter template. The Glossary Report is an Excel report that will display all labels, field names for Flux forms, and multi-value attributes. Using the Glossary Report can help you to narrow down backend field names while building your letter template. The filtering aspect is also a great way to help you find specific fields. That way you don't have to memorize all the fields by all the themes. Now you can access the Flux Glossary Report through the live reports. Let's go ahead and take a look. I'll be running a live report for the grant request model theme. You can see live reports is at the top of the dashboard there. Click that, and you'll get a list of the live reports. So just scroll down to Flux Glossary. There it is, and we're going to go ahead and click on the arrow. In this example, I'm using the grant request theme, so we're going to use that. Move it over to the right box, and we're going to hit View Document to actually generate. As you can see, it's being downloaded to my desktop there. And there is the report. As you can see, column 2 here will display all the back-end field names for the grant request model. Okay, so in your letter building, you may have created multiple versions with a few variations in the context of your letter. In the production environment of your instance, Flux will store each version of the template file uploaded into the admin panel. Now by default, the most recent upload will be the enabled version, but you can roll back to a previous version. To roll back to a previous version, we're going to go ahead and do that here. So I'm going to open the admin panel of the Flux instance here. I'm going to go ahead and navigate to once it loads up here, card documents, and I'm going to choose the model type, which is grant request, and the letters tab. I'm going to select this letter template, Word Add-in Demo, and click Restore Previous Version. Now I'm going to be given this modal that's going to show me the different versions that I've uploaded in the past. So once I want to go back to a version, I'll select it and click Restore. And now the older version is now going to be my enabled letter. Okay, so that's going to pretty much wrap it up for the tips and tricks that we have for the Word add-in. So let's go ahead and open it up to some questions. Okay, first question. Are you able to see real data in preview mode? The answer to that is going to be no, not while creating the template from Word. However, you can preview it in the admin panel using the model ID number. Next question, when will this be available for Mac computers? Our product team is looking to have the Word add-in available to Mac users, but that's something that's still in the works. When it is available, we're going to go ahead and share this via our release notes. Okay, looks like we have one last question here, and it's a good question. I've just opened up the Word add-in, and it's requiring me to log in. What do I put under the URL? So under the URL, you're going to go ahead and simply enter your site's production URL. So if you're using my test site, it would be kevin.flux.io. And for that login, you're just going to go ahead and use the login credentials that you use every day to log into your Flux site. Okay, looks like that's the last question here, so we're going to go ahead and call it for today. Today we went over the Word add-in and a couple of tips and tricks. We reviewed how to check on the version number. We went over field icons. We went over how to enable design mode. We went over the Flux glossary report and using that as a reference. And we learned about version history and how to restore older iterations of your template. So to learn more and obtain recordings for past webinars and sign up for future webinars, you can find that on our knowledge base at flux.io/knowledge. You can see there. Or of course, feel free to ask us at support and we'll be happy to help you. Thanks again for joining us today, and we hope to host you at our next training. Have a great day.